Hello and welcome to Simply Southern. I'm Kevin Worthington.
And I'm Mary Wilson. COVID changed a lot of people's lives. When a Montgomery woman couldn't go to work, she found a way to help people in her community while staying at a safe social distance.
It may not be the time of year that many folks think of going to the farmer's market, but there are still opportunities to eat fresh vegetables, even during the cooler months. We'll see what Sweet Grown Alabama has on the menu for this time of year.
And I'm Stacy Little. Today in the kitchen, I'm showing you 2 secrets to make perfectly crispy, crunchy chicken tenders. Y'all stay tuned.
One definition of the word enterprise is a readiness to embark on new ventures. That's also a perfect description for the town and people of Enterprise, Alabama.
Well, in the 1900s, the boll weevil devastated the U.S. cotton crop, causing farmers to try something new. In southeast Alabama, that was peanuts.
Today, the optimism and ingenuity of people in Enterprise are still going strong. Melissa Bowman shows us what makes this place so unboll-weavable.
According to 1950s Hollywood, just when you think everything is okay, giant bugs could attack. But what those old movies didn't take into account was a town like Enterprise. An actual insect invasion that once threatened this town's economy was no match for its resilience.
We are the only city that has a monument dedicated to a pest. It was put downtown over 100 years ago by the citizens of Enterprise to tell the story of what happened when the boll weevil was headed our way to wipe out the cotton crop. The citizens sought advice with Dr. George Washington Carver. He was going through towns telling people that they needed to diversify their crops. So they took a leap of faith and planted the first peanut crop. Well, when they did that, our city prospered, and they learned a great lesson that you could triumph over adversity. So everywhere you look, there's just a little bit of weevil in everything we do.
Today, Enterprise continues to observe the boll weevil's place in its history in a number of ways, some that are very creative, including an insect installation known as Weevil Way.
We celebrated the boll weevil centennial back in 2019, and when we were talking about how to really get the new generation to better understand and get the message of the boll weevil monument, we thought, well, why not with a public art project? And so we partnered with Replica Plastics to see if we could create something that would be fun and whimsical that our businesses could display.
And so began Weevil Way. Today, nearly 30 statues are displayed around Enterprise. A website, weevilway.com, features a downloadable trail card that guides sightseers to each destination. Replica Plastics ensures that every weevil they design has its own distinct personality that reflects the business it represents.
We have what's called an imagination session, and we just kind of talk through what they would see their boll weevil look like. Our artists do concept sketches. Once we finish production, our team installs them, and then we do fun unveilings.
Weevil Way has not only been a hit with locals, it's also drawn visitors from near and far, many eager to snap selfies with these VIBs, very important bugs. Some weevils have even achieved celebrity status.
He has his own Facebook page and is really just having an enjoyable time. People are watching his adventures.
Weevil Way is a fun attraction that has generated plenty of buzz around Enterprise, but city leaders hope it also leaves visitors with a better understanding of this town's vibrant spirit.
We are a town that has suffered through tragedy, but we have risen above it. We feel like if you'll come visit Weevil Way, we promise you that you will weave a little happier.
For Simply Southern, I'm Melissa Bowman.
You know, it's not every day that you get asked to create a giant replica of a bug.
True.
Jenny Hendricks with Replica Plastics said she enjoyed researching the boll weevil and figuring out how to make the statues as real to life as possible.
Now, even though each weevil has its fun, whimsical side, they're also anatomically correct. Like the pattern on their back. That is the pattern that's on the back of a real boll weevil.
And if you want to start your own boll weevil adventure, find a downloadable trail card online at weevilway.com. What did you do during the pandemic? One woman decided to take up gardening, and her harvest is helping others while spreading joy.
An Alpha life insurance policy provides financial security and peace of mind for those you love. Life insurance gets more expensive with age, so getting a policy earlier in life can potentially lock in a lower rate. Good eating habits and regular exercise can also contribute to a lower rate. Check to see if you can save money by paying your premium annually, semi-annually, or quarterly. Call your Alpha agent to determine the right life insurance for you. These Alpha Insights are proudly presented by Alpha Insurance.
Alabama is a state filled with riches, like the juiciest peaches, a summer tomato sandwich, or grandma's pecan pie. But perhaps our greatest treasures are the hands that grow. From generations past through the years to come, Alabama fruit and vegetable growers produce an abundance we all enjoy. Alabama produce. It just tastes better.
No matter the herd you tend to, or the type of seeds you sow, Farm Bureau Bank understands the lifestyle and financial needs of our neighbors. We're here to help grow traditions, give back to agricultural communities, and offer financial convenience for your unique way of life. Whether it's personal or business, we are committed to serving you and your financial needs. Please give us a call and we'll get started today.
A farmer has to live on faith. We do all we can do, but we can only control so much.
Alabama is the second largest poultry growing state in the nation, so we're trying our best to grow all the corn we can for that.
What we produce not only feeds and clothes all of the United States, but about half of what we make goes on to the world market.
We've been able to improve yields, have some things that can help us produce a better crop. I'm proud of the product we make and proud that I can say I'm an Alabama farmer.
When you look around for information and answers to your everyday questions, how do you know who to trust? Alabama Extension takes Auburn and Alabama A&M universities to the people. As educators, we are trusted partners in every county, providing valuable and practical ways to better our homes, farms, health, and communities. Our research extends knowledge and improves lives. Learn more at aces.edu.
In 2020, the pandemic forced a lot of us to slow down and pick up new hobbies. For one Montgomery woman, her pandemic hobby has turned into a passion that she simply has to share with others.
Gardening was not part of Consuelo Bradley's plans for her life.
The best thing about a winter garden, there are no bugs.
Like so many, Consuela developed this unexpected hobby during the turmoil of 2020.
When the pandemic hit, I had 5 jobs, and being forced to stand still was very traumatic for me. My therapist introduced me to gardening therapy, which is a thing, turns out. I never considered myself to be a tree hugger or an outdoorsy bugs kind of person. I guess what turned me around about it is the actual refocusing of my thoughts.
Those thoughts quickly focused on how her new hobby could bless others, and the nonprofit Legacy Heritage was born.
These 14 lots have been purchased by the nonprofit, and every year we plant fresh fruits and vegetables, and they're distributed to the community for free. There is no option for fresh fruits or vegetables within a 5 to 10 mile radius of this neighborhood. 75% of the people that live here are senior citizens without the ability to drive or get around when they want.
The garden is located in the historic Newtown community just outside downtown Montgomery. Usually, Consuelo and husband Dave Atkins Sr. handle the lion's share of the work. But when volunteers show up,
thank y'all so much for coming. I'm so excited to see y'all.
Consuelo's ready.
I sure hope y'all come to work.
She's ready to educate.
Those yellow flowers are marigolds. They actually keep the bugs away.
And ready to pass on her newfound passion to others, even if they share her aversion to creepy, crawly creatures.
It's a toad.
We're not doing this today. Is it fake?
It's real.
It's real.
Through all the hard work of weeding, preparing the soil, and planting, gardening's appeal remains apparent.
This is all new to me.
I normally don't like outside, so it's making me actually start liking outside more.
This is pretty. I really like it. I think I should start me with garden now.
By embracing gardening, Consuelo has sown seeds of healing and opportunity for the Newtown community and beyond.
It's easy to feel like, what can I do as one person? But this area is our solution, our way of helping. I was raised to believe that if you are given any kind of significant gift, that you're to share it.
Consuelo really wanted to thank supporters who donated items for the Newtown Community Garden, including Lowe's of Montgomery and Acme Brick. Through Legacy Heritage, she has big expansion plans, including a gazebo, benches, and more garden beds.
But it'll take additional donations and volunteers to get all that done. To find out more about this project and how you can help, visit ourlegacyheritage.com. Well, Mary, all that talk of fresh fruits and vegetables kind of got me hungry. Up next on Simply Southern, we'll speak with a representative of Sweet Grown, Alabama to see what's growing on this time of year.
Communities don't just happen. They're built by people.
You ready for school? Yeah.
From the big moments to the small acts of kindness. It's the authentic connections we make that define us.
Nice.
At Alpha Insurance, we know that every day you're building things that are worth protecting. Because for us, this is more than coverage. It's who we are. Alpha Insurance, building tomorrow together.
U.S. farm-raised catfish. It's always delicious and it's good for the family too. America's best restaurants proudly serve U.S. farm-raised catfish because it's tasty, sustainable, and a great source of protein. Head on over to uscatfish.com and check out the Catfish Trail. The Catfish Trail is a map of restaurants near you that proudly serve U.S. farm-raised catfish. When you eat at these restaurants, you'll be supporting American farmers, and that's good for us all. I'll see you on the Catfish Trail.
Get discounts on national brands and at local businesses with your Alpha Farmers membership. Members save hundreds with Ford, John Deere, Case IH, and Caterpillar. Plus, enjoy special rates at Choice and Wyndham Hotels. Benefits include rewards at Office Depot, Priester's Pecans, tourism destinations, and more. Download the Alpha Perks app, visit alphafarmers.org/perks, or stop by your local Alpha office and start saving today.
Soybeans are a very versatile product. We make crayons out of it.
A lot of the combines you see rolling through the fields have a lot of plastic side panels that are made from a soy product.
The soybeans that we grow on our farm mostly goes into chicken feed.
Soybean production in Alabama employs over 10,000 people.
We grow some of the best soybeans in the world.
We go the extra mile to make sure when our name is stamped on it, we know it's the best product we can produce.
Tim, what's it like being a professional fisherman?
Oh, it's awesome, man. You get all kind of perks, you know, like that check y'all send, that big check I get every year, you know.
Why are you whispering?
I ain't gonna tell nobody, I promise, man.
Tim,
it's between us.
I want you to tell everybody you know.
You mean like everybody gets a check?
Yeah, but I mean, it's based on how much you borrow with us.
So it ain't just to me?
No, it ain't just you.
Come on, man.
Everybody that's got a loan with Alabama Farm Credit gets a check.
Hey y'all, I'm Kim Earwood with Alabama Ag in the Classroom. On this week's Rural Dictionary, I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more cow terms. Most beef cattle farms are commercial operations, which means they produce calves to send to market. These cattle are most often a mixture of breeds. For purebred operations, good record keeping of pedigrees is a must. These cattle may go to market or be used as breeding stock for other producers. The most popular breeds in the U.S. are Angus, Hereford, Brahma, and Charolais. To learn even more agriculture terms, go online to alabamaAITC.org. This Rural Dictionary is brought to you by Alabama Ag in the Classroom. See you next time.
Welcome back to Simply Southern. Even though it's cold outside, there are still plenty of farmers in Alabama who are growing delicious cold season fruits and vegetables this time of year. To tell us more about the fresh produce and other farm products that are available this time of year, we have Aisling Fields with us today. Aisling is the Assistant Director of Sweet Grown Alabama. Aisling, thanks for joining us. First of all, what's in season?
Well, thank you so much for having me, Kevin. So right now in season, we have broccoli and cabbage and turnip greens, and all of these are really delicious. Our farmers are constantly working through the winter months to grow delicious things like this. And they are also, if you're looking for ways to cook these or ways to prepare them, you can visit our website at our recipe page, and our farmers send in all kinds of recipes that they actually make for their families. So you can get some fun ideas there. We also have satsumas that are available right now, and they are personally my favorite. I love a satsuma.
Me too.
You can toss those in a lunchbox. They're easy for kids to peel, and they just make a great snack.
The thing I like about the satsumas so much is you can peel them and you don't get juice all over your hands. They're kind of a clean peel, and so you eat an orange, you have to go wash up afterwards.
They are delicious. You can peel them, and they're tart, but they're sweet. You know, they're just my favorites.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Now, in addition to what's in season now, a number of things are in season year-round. Tell me about those.
Yes, so we have farmers working year-round to produce things like milk and other dairy products. Our friends at Blue Ribbon Dairy in Tallahassee, they make some delicious milk, regular milk and chocolate milk, and then they make some really good ice cream. I love stopping in and feeding the baby cows and getting to enjoy some of that yum ice cream.
It's a true experience when you go up there and visit with them.
It really is, it really is. I know we took my nephew one time and got to feed some of the cows, and that was really fun.
So if somebody is interested in getting some of this, whether it's seasonal or year-round, how do they find the directory to find out where all this is located?
Absolutely. So you can go to sweetgrownalabama.org and search for our online searchable database that has all of our farmers all over the state listed in it. You can search them by zip code or by what product you're looking for and find farmers right in your backyard.
Now, a lot of times people go to farmers markets to get these, but farmers markets are closed this time of year.
Well, a number of farmers markets are closed this time of year. We still have tons of farm stands and farmers that are going to a few markets that are open that you can find all of their delicious products. And if you go to our website, you can find these farmers and see where they're at and what products they have.
So if somebody is a farmer or a gardener that wants to sell a few things like jellies or even a number of other things, meats even, how do they get included in your directory?
Of course, so if you go to our website at sweetgrownalabama.org, there's a Join Now button at the top of the page. You can't miss it, and it gives you all of the incentives and why you should join and what it would do for your business. You go on there and fill out a short application, just kind of telling us your farm name and who you are, why you do what you do, and then you'll hear back from us and you can get listed in that database.
Now, I know that buying directly from the farmer is, the benefit of that is because it's fresher, but why is it important for people to support Alabama farmers?
Supporting Alabama farmers supports your local community. Studies show that every time you purchase something locally, 60 cents of that dollar go right back into your local community. So you are not only supporting Alabama farmers, but supporting your friends and their families and their lives.
Keep your money in your community.
Keep your money in your community.
Absolutely. Aisling, thanks for being with us today. As she said several times, be sure to check out sweetgrownalabama.org. Coming up after this break, Stacy Little is making every child's favorite, chicken tenders. But his version is a little crunchy thanks to a saltine breading. But first, enjoy even more Sweet Grown Alabama with this feature about how broccoli is grown.
I'm John Haplin here at Haplin Farms in Slocum, Alabama, and we grow broccoli. We're a four-generation family farm. We've been in the produce business since 1952. We grow over 200 varieties of fruits and vegetables here on the farm. Broccoli is probably one of our nominal crops. We grow a lot of crops like that while our major crops are in season, we have this other stuff that goes along with it. Broccoli is a cool season crop. It started in the winter and it grows through the cool early spring, and then when we get too hot, like for here in this part of the state, we can't grow broccoli after about the 1st of June. It's too hot for it. We start our plants from seed, in the greenhouse, and then we transplant the plants into the field, and then it takes about 70 to 80 days, depending on the variety of broccoli, and it's ready to harvest. And we plant broccoli every 2 weeks because once you gather it, it does not make another head of broccoli. You want to look for a broccoli that's solid green and doesn't have any little brown flowerets on it. You know, broccoli is a flower, or technically a flower bud that's waiting to open. And if those little buds have not swollen yet, you want them to be closed. But if they're starting to open, then it's about to be a flower, and it's going to become, the longer broccoli sits on the shelf, the more fibrous and the tougher it's going to get. Buying it locally, always, just like anything else, it's going to be the freshest you can get. And that's what people are coming out to the farm for, is not only the quality of the product, but the experience and the information that they can get about their food. I'm John Applin with Applin Farms, and broccoli is sweet-grown Alabama.
Discover what's growing in your neck of the woods at sweetgrownalabama.org.
What we eat, what we wear. It all starts somewhere. And if it's good, it usually starts with a farmer. And that somewhere is right here in Alabama. In a field, in a barn, on a tractor. Right now, there's a farmer starting something good for all of us. And it all starts right here in Alabama.
There's no such thing as downtime when you own a farm. This is your land. You tend it and try to get the most from it, no matter the weather or time of day. It's been that way for generations. And for generations, your local Quality Co-op store has been there for you, with a full range of agriculture supplies and services, from feed to fertilizer, seed to grain storage, and the right hardware for any application. You'll always find what you need, plus friendly, knowledgeable advice at your local Quality Co-op store. There's one near you.
For more Simply Southern, follow us on social media. And while you're online, visit our website, simplysouthern.tv.net. Simply Southern continues in a moment.
Sweet Grown Alabama, we just saw it as such an amazing platform to be able to market for farmers and small Alabama businesses.
Being a niche producer, a commercial mushroom laboratory, it's very important that we kind of get the word out about who we are. And Sweet Grown has been monumental in helping us do that.
I think just support your local community, your neighbor. That's the backbone.
Discover what's growing in your neck of the woods at sweetgrownalabama.org.
Hey y'all, it's Stacy. Welcome back to the kitchen. Today we are making some deliciously crunchy saltine crusted chicken tenders. Now, the trick to this is to get flavor into that chicken. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a really quick seasoning. I've got about half a teaspoon of salt here, half a teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a quarter of a teaspoon of an all-purpose poultry seasoning, and my secret ingredient, this is 1 chicken bouillon cube that we've crushed up. You can also buy the bouillon powder. You'd need about a teaspoon of that. I'm just gonna whisk this together. I've got 2 pounds of chicken tenderloins in a gallon-sized zip-top bag here. I'm just gonna sprinkle this seasoning right on the top. Gonna seal that up. Toss that around. We're gonna get all of the chicken coated in that seasoning. And if you have some time to let this sit, you can let it sit for about 30 minutes. Now, to bread our chicken, we're going to use a 3-step process. We're gonna start with about half a cup of all-purpose flour. I've got 2 eggs that I've whisked together here, and our saltine crackers. This is about 72 crackers, or 2 sleeves of saltines that we've just buzzed in the food processor. You could use a food chopper, you could put it in a zip-top bag and just crush them with a rolling pin. Whatever you wanna do, it's a great way to take your frustrations out. To start, I'm gonna take one of these chicken tenders, we're gonna coat it in our flour. Now what this does is it gets the chicken nice and dry so that our egg mixture is gonna stick. The trick with chicken tenders is a lot of times the breading comes off. So this 3-step process here helps to ensure that everything stays attached to our chicken. I'm popping it right into our saltines here, and I'm just gonna press gently. We wanna make sure that we cake as much of these saltines to our chicken tenders as possible. They're gonna give us all that crunch and some great flavor too. All right, my oil here, I'm using vegetable oil. I've got about 4 inches of oil heated to about 365 degrees. These are gonna go right in our oil. They're gonna cook for 4 to 5 minutes or until golden brown and the internal temperature is 165 degrees. Let me wash my hands quickly here. That's always important when we're working with chicken. Now, you can preheat your oven to a nice warm temperature, somewhere around 200 degrees, and you can work in batches here to make sure that you cook all your chicken through and keep it warm. Okay, you can see how nice and golden brown those got. I'm just gonna drain them on some paper towels. Folks, these are delicious served with a little honey mustard, some ranch dressing, some ketchup, or even by themselves. You can find this full recipe and tons more on my website at southernbite.com. Just visit the Simply Southern page. Y'all enjoy.
Stacy says if you want a healthier option, these can be put in an air fryer or even baked. Just be sure you cook the chicken to an internal temperature of 165 degrees.
Check out southernbite.com to see how to prepare them in an air fryer or oven. And thank you to the Alabama Poultry and Egg Association for sponsoring today's recipe.
Well, it looks like we're out of time. Thanks for watching. Coming up next week on Simply Southern, we'll visit a unique coffee shop in Birmingham where you can cuddle with kittens while consuming caffeine.
And we'll take you to a nursery where you can get plants that not only add variety to your garden, they also attract interesting wildlife. I'm Kevin Worthington.
And I'm Mary Wilson. We'll see you next week. Simply Southern is produced by the Alabama Farmers Federation and made possible with the support of Alabama Farmers Cooperative and these sponsors.